This is Jeff and Casey. They are the chefs at the club. It was the old Elks Club, and wow, you wouldn't even recognize it. It's just fantastic.
We've put a lot of work in over the year and a half we've been open, and yes, it's very beautiful and a great view of the lake, as you know.
It is, looking out right over the lake. They do lunch as well,
Yes.
but you also do some really nice upscale dinners. And for this big night out, we're going to go through the whole menu, but it is the best deal going. Talk about saving your money. So one of the courses that we're going to do, we're going to take you through the whole menu, but Casey's going to show us how to make this. Tell us what it is exactly.
It is Cajun crab and shrimp soup. It's Casey's recipe. She came up with it. It is our version of like a clam chowder, but a little different. We take the shrimp stock that we make, and we make a great soup.
I can hardly wait. And this is something they serve every Friday night, and they'll even sell it in quarts and things like that to go. So let's start with the stock that you guys make from scratch.
Yep.
And so you're using every part of it. You know, we're using the shrimp that's actually going to go in. We're going to use the shells in here, so we're saving money that way. So, all right.
You know, we go through so much shrimp, so why not just save the shells?
Right.
You can freeze them, take them out the day you're going to make them. It's pretty much a one-pot wonder. You throw everything in the pot, and it's done.
Love it.
So you're going to start with the shrimp shells.
Okay. Carrots?
Carrots, doesn't just dice them up.
Dump them in here. Celery?
Yep. Celery.
Onion?
Onions.
Whoops. Couple onions overboard. That's okay.
And we have a few bay leaves.
Okay.
Peppercorns. Some fresh thyme.
You just put the whole
Put all
sprig in there?
Yep, all of it in there.
Okay. And then some water?
Water, and then some tomato paste also.
And you're going to let that cook for about how long?
Probably hour and a half.
Okay.
And just turn it on, and you can walk away. And then just some of the tomato paste.
Okay. And it's going to make a nice rich stock.
Yep. And when it's done, strain it, and
Going to give it lots of flavor. And you
Yes.
can also buy seafood stock. They have it at the grocery store in the box. But like you say, if we're going to use shrimp anyway in this dish, why not? And you probably got the other stuff laying around. So
Exactly.
We've got that stock already. It's already simmering over here.
Yep.
And we're going to move on to the rest of the soup recipe. So butter melted.
yep, melted butter. And then we're going to add some diced onions and celery
Okay.
right to the pot. Get right in there. Stir it around a little bit.
And turn it up.
Yep.
And so at home, let that cook with the onions and the
Yep,
celery
you don't
for
want the onions to sweat a bit. I would
5,
say
10 minutes?
Yep.
Okay.
We can take some seasoned salt and pepper.
Okay, I'll go ahead and let you, and we can talk while that's cooking.
Okay.
So this is just some like an all-purpose seasoning salt.
Yep. I like using seasoned salt in all the soups. It gives it a little bit more flavor, I
Sure,
think. So,
sure.
so just some salt and pepper, just to taste. And
You know what I love is so many restaurants don't make homemade soup anymore, and I know that's something that you are the soup queen over there. You do a lot of great homemade soups. So we're gonna let that cook a little bit, and then Jeff, we're gonna talk about the menu for the big night out. So this is course number 2, this Cajun shrimp soup, but we're gonna start with a little bit of steak to get us going here.
Yes, the first course is a tenderloin crostini. It is a crostini dipped in butter and garlic. Then we make our own Boursin cheese or an herb cheese. We spread that on. We grill a tenderloin medium rare. That gets put on top. Then some balsamic gastrique and a little Parmesan cheese.
Oh.
Very good.
So that's the appetizer to get us going. Then we move into a nice bowl of the chowder that we're going to finish up making. And the third course
Is a pan-seared duck breast served with candied sweet potatoes and then an orange ginger gastrique.
duck breast, something new on the menu, very fall, it's something different. I happen to love it. Something different than chicken.
We were looking at our new menu for options, so we got everybody together, all the cooks, a bunch of the waitresses. We took all their ideas. We had a huge tasting, and we came up with 14 new items. So duck made the cut, and it is very good and one of my favorites.
Something different, which is nice.
Yes.
Okay, so then we move on. If you're not full yet, then we've got a seafood course. Tell us about this.
We were looking for a lighter seafood on the menu. This is a honey-crusted Pacific grouper. And it is absolutely fantastic. Grouper is a very light, very flavorful fish,
Yes.
not fishy at all.
Right.
And you can get it very inexpensive. It's a very good price. And that's served with cranberry almond risotto. Yes, and then we have asparagus on it, and we use fresh vegetables, whatever we can get from the local markets or whatever we can come up with to make it a complete dish. And then the fourth course, a friend of mine
Fifth course.
Fifth course, yes, fifth. A friend of mine owns Bernstein's Chocolates in Manitowoc, so he's producing fresh dark chocolate cups with chocolate ganache, and then he's making a vanilla bean custard from scratch.
Oh my gosh.
That day. That'll be the fifth course, if you're not full enough after the rest of it.
And all of these courses are paired with different wines. Last time they had someone who talked about the different wines that pair with the courses. $50 for all of these courses, tip included. You're just not going to find a better deal, and it's just so much fun. So call today to get reservations. I bet you this is already filling up. A lot of repeat people from the last time. So the club in Manitowoc, the number is on the screen there, and we're going to get back with Casey and see how our finish up this soup. So
It's
starting to get going
yep.
here.
And then just add a few bay leaves. I add bay leaves to every soup.
Onions,
Onions,
the celery,
celery,
butter,
butter,
seasoning salt, bay
pepper.
leaf,
Yep.
pepper. Okay.
And then we're going to add flour.
Okay. Make a roux and
Yep, just a basic pan roux. You don't need all of it. I just kind of go by just enough to absorb the butter.
you want to cook that a little bit to kind of get that flour
Yep.
taste out of it.
Maybe just a little bit more.
You bet.
Just a little bit. All right. And then you want to make sure that the stock and the cream both are warmed through or it'll clump. So you want to make sure that it's all...
So our seafood stock, and we're kind of running out of time here, so that's warm.
Yep.
And then we've got heavy cream, a whole quart of heavy cream.
Yep, we're going to add the stock.
This
to
makes a really nice big batch, so this is one of those soups that if you're having company over, this would wow everybody.
Add the warm stock, the warm cream.
That'll thicken.
Yep. As it cooks, it'll thicken.
All right, we're going to take a break at this point, and the last thing we're going to be adding corn, and this is a combination of shrimp and crab meat. So we'll let it thicken and show you how it all turns out when we come back. Call the club to make reservations for the next big night out coming up really soon, actually, October 25th. So hope to see you there.